And then there's the bridge. I have a Vanson wraparound bridge. I've not used this before, but my first impressions of this are good. They're not very expensive, and you know, it feels like a nice solid piece. You've got a lovely rounded area here for the strings to wrap around. Coming up to the saddles, you get a nice break angle there, and of course it's all fully adjustable. So if this works out, this might end up as being a permanent addition to this guitar, because I want this adjustability. The original bridges on these would have been, they'd have had compensated saddles, but there was no adjustment to them. I think they're referred to as a lightning bolt design, where you've got that sort of zigzag of little steps, but as I say, there's no adjustment to them, and I want that because I want to get this well intonated. One problem I've had is that the original posts did not quite fit the spacing for these. They were just a little bit off, just by a couple of millimeters. So I pulled out the old posts, and the one here came out fairly easily. The one here came out with a little bit of damage around here, but you know what, that's fine. It's a relic anyway. Once the old posts were out, the new posts were quite loose in the holes. I didn't have to take away any more wood. There was plenty of room to get those in there. I just mixed up some epoxy resin and put the new posts in. And the only thing I had to really worry about then was just to make sure that there's a little earth wire going into there, and I just had to make sure that I had connectivity. So I had to just make sure that the post was pinching that wire to maintain earth contact there. And a very useful bit of kit for this sort of thing is a multimeter, and with it set to an audible beep for a continuity check, we can touch the bridge there, touch that wire, and that shows us that we have electrical continuity from the bridge to that wire. Of course, it's a wraparound bridge, so the strings can be anchored here. They wrap around that point there, and there's nothing now stopping me from putting strings on this and getting the action sorted, etc. Although I would quite like to sort of get the scratch plate and electrics sorted first, really. It means I can get this guitar up and running without actually fitting this vibrola tailpiece. I have actually ordered a vibrola tailpiece. I don't know when it's going to arrive, but basically I can get this guitar working without that. Once it does arrive, I can have the strings anchored at this point and still use this bridge just as a saddle.